Hi friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about nanny wahala for Lagos. Like for Lagos, for the world, for Nigeria. Nanny wahala.
They don't.
I for one, I've had a nanny that has been with me for almost 4 years this year. This year will make it 4 years. And trust me, she was, you know, God, she was a mess. A mess.
Yeah.
From the very time she came, it took what did you say? From the very time she came, like it took, you know what they say, prayers, patience.
Yeah.
Patience.
A lot of it.
Patience. It took patience. Like people look at myself and her and like, where did you get your nanny from? Please come and help me get. And I'm
exactly,
like,
a lot of
hey,
to ask
hey, you know the times that I
forgot to mention. So the lady that she worked for just before me had a lot to say about her. Like, she was like, how are you coping, Bisola? How are you coping? So sometimes they can be like this here. When they go somewhere else, they are different.
They are totally different.
Yeah,
I think it also has to do with the kind of person they are working with. So for us, I think we too, you know, just
have a lot of
do our best, give them the best and all. So the first 2 years while my nanny who stayed with me came, Jesus Christ would frustrate me. I would seize phone, I would shout. She had like 4 boyfriends or 5 boyfriends.
The day you almost strangled her in the house. I can never forget that day. After that day, I thought she was going to leave. But guess what? She's still here. Maybe I give it to you. You try.
Patience. I would talk like big sister. I would talk like mother. I will act like father step. When it comes to even carrying cane, God, because she came into me as a young person, and I just felt like this was. I still look at her like my God-given, what do they call it? My own sheep to shepherd. Yeah. And I thank God for His grace. Like it's not been easy, but I've tried to remold her. Then she had no value for herself.
I remember the day I came to Candy's house. I suppose in the morning, Candy said, "Kill this girl very soon. I'm going to kill her. I don't know how. You better talk to her."
Yeah. And you will talk to them, she will kneel down, she will cry and say, "I'm sorry." The next day, Facebook chat.
I remember so.
Man!
Yeah.
You see crazy pictures on our phone. I'll say, Jesus Christ, God please help me. So God, like it's been work. No nanny is perfect. And then for those of us that have tried to stay with one nanny for like more than a year, 2 years, ask them sincerely. It takes patience. Like you mentioned earlier, if they were that educated, they wouldn't be doing what they are doing. They wouldn't be here. So we have to try to, you know, reason with them at that level. Now to my juicy gist. I had a nanny that used to jump fence at night.
No, not like you had it. You're saying it as if Messi left and then you have
you have to explain it properly.
Okay. So they got to a point that with 2 kids, photo shoot, salon and everything, I figured that having just one nanny wasn't enough. And then I was like, okay, I didn't want to just, you know, load my first main nanny with, you know, so much work. And like, okay, let me get another person. Trust me, all the nannies I've tried to get to add to her, like the elderly woman, the young girl, family relative self, zero. I'm like, God, you talk about patience, but this one say you will vomit them. The patience, you cannot chew. They are like
that you can't even be patient.
You can't be patient with me. Yes.
Some people are very patient, but they still are not getting it right.
No.
It's
Zero.
not even a loan. Patience
Zero.
is not even a loan.
So I was like, okay, let me get another nanny to like add to this my main nanny, so that at least she can focus on the kids, and then the other one can still be helping around the house. That's how I went to go and get from agent to. Funny enough, the agent was even in Lagos. I was like, no, outside agent, because I like to run my own package from afar.
Internationally.
I hate all this. I'm going for off. I will not do tests. You not go for off. You not come back. Even that period,
I don't even know how taking this risk. Honestly,
I don't know. I don't like that.
She goes for off once in a month.
I'm like, I can't take that.
She doesn't miss it. Even when I tell her, okay, this month you cannot go out, it becomes a problem.
That's when she will not be sad.
It should not give me
excuse.
Sometimes emotional blackmail.
Even me, I don't even like nannies that have relations in Lagos.
Yeah.
Because I want to hear, I want to go and see my uncle. And just to my main nanny, when she just came then, she said, I have one uncle. I later found out the uncle was just one man that was so staying her, and he was married.
He was uncle.
He was uncle. We were telling her, I love you, I love you. I said, God. So then, God. Girl, my gist, I will show you guys pictures and videos as we go. That was how this babe. It took the grace of God for me to find out, because she started doing it for like some months before I eventually found out. She would leave the house at 1 a.m, 12 midnight, 2 a.m, go to the backyard and then literally climb fence, go into the next compound.
Because of what?
I can't say it. It is the next compound because of the houseboy in the other compound, gatesman houseboy, to his BQ.
They don't have nice relationship out there.
And then do with him and then come back at night. Jesus Christ. So I have this other lady that came and was staying with them in the room downstairs, and then this lady woke up at night and discovered that there are 3 in the room, only 2 of them. Okay, where's this person? So she felt this person was in the restroom, so she was waiting and just pressing her phone. Okay, maybe she will come out for easing herself and then she would go in. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, she didn't even hear any sound, no flushing. She knocked at the door. Babe, are you there? Called her name. Are you there? No response. Open the door, nobody. She used herself. Came out, said everywhere it was dark, lights were off. Like, where will this person be? She went back to the room, started calling her phone. It was not ringing in the house, and she wasn't picking. It wasn't ringing around, and she wasn't picking. She woke the other lady up. Wake up. Where is this person? That one too, I think that one is aware. That one like, let's call that boy. They call that boy. Is this person with you? And she say, only for the other one to now tell her. Next thing, she came inside through the kitchen and then went to have her bath. So I was like, where did you go? So you can leave the house, you're not afraid, you left the house at so time. Where did you go? So I talk to her, and don't talk to me that way. Then I say,
she just got a D, man.
So you understand? So thank God she was even rude to the person who caught her. The next day, I was telling that one to tell that person to do something, and she was telling that person to do something, and then she was still giving that one attitude. That because that one shouted at her the night before, I was telling her that she can kill somebody. She said, wait, come. You even did this thing. I've not told auntie, and then you're not giving me. I said, I'm going to tell auntie. Thank you. God bless you for telling me. Because auntie, come, I have something to tell you. It's like, what? I was so scared. I was already panicked in my mind. No, when someone you say, auntie, you need to know this thing. I need to tell you this thing. I can't keep it. I was already panicked. I was like, God, hey, what could this be? That was how she narrated it to me. How she woke up and then she couldn't find this person, and that person, God, like. And before then, I had a dream that I beat her with mop stick. And when I have those dreams, I always tell them, I don't about this. Don't do this. If you're planning this, don't do this. And eventually, if they do it, I always catch them. Like my nanny that's been with me, she tells others that come, if auntie said this thing, it will happen. No, like if I see things in my dream, and if I tell her I dreamt you did this, don't do it. If they do it, I catch them. It happens that way. It's been happening that way. And I told them that, see, I don't know what you did, but I dreamt that I beat you with mop stick, and that it was really bad, that I was really angry with you. So that day when they told me about this thing that she did, immediately I called her. I said, kneel down. I asked for mop stick. I said the Bible must be fulfilled. The vision must be complete. God was angry. You've literally endangered my whole family. And guess
what? It was during COVID.
And it was during COVID. You endangered my whole family. We're in a lockdown, we're in COVID. You are going to collect from somebody that we don't know where he has been. And then you're leaving the door open at 2 freaking a.m. What if the men of the night had come in? Easy access. My kids are there sleeping, me and my husband are sleeping, people even downstairs with you are sleeping. You've left her for 3 hours, between 1 a.m. to 4 a.m. before she came back. You've left the whole family in danger. Everything called motherhood in me came out to beat that girl that day, because I was like, if anything had happened to me, oh no, you're gone out to go and carry COVID, and I come and give my innocent family that we have no idea, no nothing. You know this kind of thing that you're saying that people at home, they don't know from where they got attacked. They got what's it called? Contacted the virus from nowhere. You be wondering, God, as I'm saying, it's still paining me. Like thinking about it, I'm like, why? For what reason? I called Mopo in the estate. I called the guy. I told her to dramatize. I'm going to put this. I still have pictures and videos of this thing. I said dramatize, show me how she would put buckets, put chair and climb fence. Because
and guess
what if you fall down and die?
You forgot the part where
she is big. Like add two of us together and then add some parts
big
from
she would
she would jump fence. What if the chair, a rubber chair? What if the bucket has shifted? What if you had fallen down? All because of
or the electric, the barbed wire.
Or the barbed wire. What if it was on, like the electric fence? What if it had shocked you? Like so many what ifs. What ifs. I was so furious. That period, the only thing that literally did not make me send her away that period was because there was no movement, no leaving Lagos, no intercept. I was done, I was ready. She came, I'm sorry, very unapologetic sorry, very sarcastic sorry that she was giving. God, that is like my worst of all the worst experience I've had with Nannies. Leaving the house at midnight to go and collect. If you don't understand what the collect I mean, DM me, I will tell you collect and then come back. That's, you know what they talk about, that short pleasure and then endangering the whole family. Like, thank God the worst thing happened. Or again, another thing she confessed to was that, okay, I was even asking the guy, I think the guy was more scared when the mopo from the estate had come and we were questioning them, and the guy was more scared. And then I'm sorry about the background noise, the kids are around, so bear with us. But okay, the guy was more scared. Mopo was around, and then they were questioning this guy, and then he confessed to how when we traveled and left them in the house, this girl was literally going to sleep in his house. Like she started doing it then.
I think that was when you went for your dad's burial.
No, it wasn't before dad's burial. It was before dad's burial. It was the wedding before the last wedding I saw my dad. The last time I saw my dad, just before my dad died. Oh God. I am still angry till tomorrow. I told them, I said, either that guy leaves. Oh God, I was so angry. It was a crazy experience. It was crazy. And now I couldn't send her away, and I let her stay. After the whole COVID, I collected her SIM. I gave her a new SIM and a new phone and everything. I'm like, you know what? I would do this to manage the whole thing. Cut communication with this guy, and then we became more conscious. We came down like at midnight, just random check around the house, make sure everybody's around, does a lot. Like we kept doing that more often until we found out again that she was still communicating with this guy. Like I'm like, delete his contact, stay away, blah blah blah. That's the only way you can be in my house. Still found that she was communicating with this guy. It was a very good evening. I just called her. I said, so the same lady that called her the last time called her again. So she was passing and just saw her dialing a number. You know, thank God for people that are a bit smart and very intelligent, you know. I said a bit smart. God forgive me. Thank God for people that are smart. And then she just picked the few numbers, like a few numbers, let's say 1 2 3 from the number, and then went to the other nanny, my main nanny. I confirmed this number, this is not this person's number, the guy's number, and it was a match. And then I used reverse psychology. She's not intelligent. I told her, I said, this line I give to you, I registered it with my phone. My phone shows that you've been calling this person, and this is the person I told her to come. Yes or no? She said yes, ma. I said, please go inside and pack your things. Evening, pack your things. Next morning, I sent her away. And I think that's what is good for them. If you want to actually send your nanny away, don't tell her ahead. Give them fire brigade attack. I have another nanny that I did. I was so fed up. Like my main nanny went for Christmas holidays, and then the other second nanny who, you know, she just came and you couldn't just go. She was I'm so sick, and you will call, you see children crying, she will not do. You will call her. I was washing clothes, I was doing everything myself, and I had a nanny around. She would tell me she's having a headache, she can't do anything. My children's clothes, I was cleaning, I was doing everything. I'm like, why do I have a nanny and I'm still doing all of this? We went to the supermarket that day. On my way online, I booked a ticket. When we came back that evening, Buki and her husband were around. I just called her outside. I said, Buki, please, I need you to do me a favor. I booked this girl's tickets. Boss, 5 a.m., 6 a.m. she stays
And
closer
to think
to
the main nanny wasn't around and you made this decision. That means you had gotten it up.
It was I was alone with just her. And imagine sometimes it's not be like, oh God, if she goes, how will I go? What if my other nanny doesn't come? And I'm like, I was done. I just begged Buki. I said, please, you help me drop her in the park. She said, no problem. I said, thank you. As well as that, she was doing Indomie for the kids. I waited for her to finish before she would put. Imagine her spoon. In which she just served the food. I just called her. I said, Ngozi, go inside and pack your things. I said her name. I said, go inside and pack your things. You're leaving tonight.
She was confused.
She was shocked. Look at Auntie Buki.
Where did this come from?
Where is it coming from? I said, yes. I'm done with you.
Even me, I was like, I thought she was joking.
I was joking.
I was like,
I was joking. She was saying her house. She was like, okay. She thought I was joking.
She was joking.
She wasn't shocked. I went into the room. I sat down and I said, pack your stuff out, arrange your stuff, just take what is yours. Because I didn't want her taking the other nanny stuff that wasn't around. She said, take your stuff. I'm here. Pack your stuff. You're leaving this night. And I made sure she leave that night because prior to then something happened. I was purging. My husband was purging.
Everybody was
my kids. But she was fine. So we were like, okay, what did we eat? What happened? Even before then, we noticed that this is my husband's knockabout slippers that somebody used razor to cut. You could see that this was razor cut, not just a hand or it was like a deliberate act of wickedness. So we started noticing some things around, like, something is not right. And I was like, okay, it kept building up. I was like, you have to go. So I had to stay with her, like, my dear, you are going this night and I want to watch. Guess what, guys? And she was packing her things. She was bringing out drinks from the alcohol from her bag, her wardrobe. So we had the party, December where we had the children's party and everything, and then she would still drink, go and put in her this thing. So tell me, that kind of person that probably would get high at night, sleep up the whole morning, how would you wake up able to even do your work? Because I was just like, can you see your life? Where is all this coming from? During the party. So during the party where they are giving drinks to visitors, and probably how parties be like, our drinks are not enough for me. It's always drink of meat that goes to reach in parties. and then you carried into the cupboard and I stored. I was just like, God, Holy Spirit, thank you. And that was how
we make this decision.
I let her go. So far,
so
me and my one nanny
I think it now goes down to how we said, okay, so no matter how patient you are as a person, if that nanny isn't good enough, there is no way your patience
nobody would
because
judge
you still have somebody with you that's been with you for 3 years. In between that person, there've been some people that you
tried to add and it has not worked to the point that my main nanny, who is still with me now, called me and said, Auntie, I think you should not worry, we would manage. Like, she literally told me, she said, all the people who've been trying to carry that see, and I'm like, God bless you. I thought you did not even notice because I'm taking because of you, to help your work. I thought you didn't notice, like all the other people.
But I think two things will be running through people's minds now. Are you sure the nanny that is in their house isn't the one pinching them so that they can go? Another thing that I'm thinking is, okay, so it's been going through my mind. So for the nanny that was going outside to get something
to collect.
So the nanny that is there now, is she denying the fact that she didn't know that was happening?
She said she knew about the relationship, but she didn't know about the jumping, which I know is a lie. Right. Of course, if they catch me and my friend, I would be nice enough with me. I don't follow you. I know you right now. Exactly. And of course, even that one too. Of course, she has a boyfriend in the estate. But what she's done differently is, I look at her and like, oh, young lady, one day you leave me, you need a life of your own. So what I've tried to do with her, which is different, is okay. If you have this is your boyfriend, fine. This is your boyfriend, right? Because at the beginning, I had an issue with having like 4 or 5 boyfriends, just texting different guys, keep her phone. This one is calling this one. I'm like, you're not going to be focused. If you have one, let me know. I would even support the fact that, oh, this is my boyfriend, and then I would know. So that's what she's done differently. So currently,
how many people actually would agree to know their nanny's boyfriend?
Funny enough, I know her boyfriend, at least the one she told me about. And then some other small ones that come in between. Yeah, some others so the others so
I don't think
Shami may not lie. Her boyfriend in the estate is very nice. He used to help me.
So I guess that's why she's like,
no, but the guy too, there are times that this particular guy too, at the beginning, I would shout at him, I would, I would tell him, don't come near. So I think what they did was they now stay cool, don't annoy me, don't do this. And then later on, I just relax and I'm like, just don't do this. And recently, there was a holiday that she was like, oh, please, we want to go out.
Oh, they went to Cold Stone. Did they buy you pizza?
No, I don't collect. He brought wine. So I said, return it.
Are you serious?
He brought wine to the house. I said, please return it. Don't. Is he bringing drinks to say he wants to marry or what? And why is he bringing?
I think I can agree to it to an extent, but I really do not want to have details.
So when I said why excited to know is just for my own sanity, so that I know that this is the person. If anything goes wrong, this is the person. And I think maybe because of length of time, you just get to relax. And then. Trust me, set traps.
Yes, now
if she falls into it, if she doesn't fall into it, with time. I think it's all time. It's crazy, Nanny Wahala. If we start Nanny talk today, we know go finish. We know go finish.
God. Even me that I think
experience,
no stress.
Hearing people's stories too.
Yeah, I've had experiences
hearing
with people's stories. My nanny, like it's just a lot.
A lot of stories out there.
And
like I've experienced.
They are actually called necessary evils. That's what
we can't avoid they're necessary evils. And they're just damage. There was one nanny we had at the beginning when we were still trying to get the perfect nanny there. She came and then I think when I was overworked, I was seeing her, she was hyper, cleaning everything. And then she carried all my husband's office shoes and went to soak inside water. I don't even know what told me to just go and check what she was doing that day. Like I was pregnant then and I just dragged myself to go and check because I don't been hearing movement around the house. I was saying this one is cleaning. Within the first week that she came, and tried to impress. I just went all my husband's shoes inside water.
Oh my goodness.
What is wrong with you? Why?
Both the leather shoes.
I said all my designer shoes. Shoes that
my God.
I'm like, what the? She said, I want to clean. Ask question. At least even if you want to clean, you don't just soak everything at once inside bucket of water.
A friend of mine actually interviewed a nanny last week, and she's been trying to get nanny for a while, and then she interviewed this particular nanny. And I just called her. I said, why are you sounding this way? She said she just had a broken leg or fracture somewhere. I said, what happened? She said, one nanny came for an interview. She just said let her test her so she can help her mop the sitting room. The nanny poured soap water on the floor. My friend slipped and broke her.
Jesus Christ! So how
did you now cope? Like, did she clean up? Like, how were you? So how are you coping? She just said, in fact, she didn't even tell her to clean. She just told her to cool. I said you should have just allowed her clean up. I said no, she told her that she's gonna get a bowl of water. She went to get something different.
Problem nannies have is the problem of communication comprehension. Communication comprehension is crazy. Now you can literally tell your nanny, bring cup for me, and they will go and bring something else. And then that's what because I said cup, bring cup, cup. Like, is that crazy? So sometimes they don't even understand.
So they don't.
Or sometimes you get a nanny from maybe the village or from Cotonou, and then there's the language barrier. God.
Yeah, I have a friend, my husband's friend, that just got a nanny. She does not speak English. She doesn't even understand or speak English. And she's from, I don't even know where she came from, but Yoruba is different. So she cannot even communicate with the children. She cannot communicate with the boss. So the guy just got us to the test.
For me,
1 week that he's done.
Another thing I can't accept is I can't accept a nanny that at least a level of. I don't know if I've told you guys the story of. I was driving one day from the mainland to Island, and then my nanny and Tammy were like in the back seat. Tammy was on the car seat, and they said that nanny that put the shoes in water. There in that period, so she was at the back with Tammy, and then I was driving and Tammy was crying. And you know how Third Mainland Bridge is, and it was like dark and everything, and I was driving, I couldn't stop on that express like that, and my baby was crying, and I'm like, sing for her, sing any song, play with her, sing any song. She said she does not know any song. I said, even if it's Christian song, but sing this one with me. I was already, I was panicking, you know, I was like, tap the baby and just be singing. I was driving, it was night, I was panicking, I was angry, my baby was screaming. I'm like, pet her now, try. And I didn't want her to take her from the car seat because that kind of didn't take her from the car seat. It was actually just hit her. Oh God, this girl knew nothing to do. Like she had no idea, knew nothing about childcare. And I'm like, God, do you know what I did? I had to come out. You know when you come out from that Third Mainland Ikoyi and divert to Southern Sun Hotel, and then I entered the hotel and packed, carried my child, pets my child in the car park, calm, and she was calm, breastfed her, and she was okay and everything. And I was so pissed. I was so angry. As I was calling my husband, like, no, I can't take. I think that was part of the things that we just said, well, I can't take a nanny that cannot speak common English. As common as Baby Shark song is, or you can't stay with them and watch their cartoon, learn the rhymes and you'll try to play with them. I can't take. I can even take you if you don't know how to speak common good English. At least all of you go to learn together. You understand? If my children are crying, as I'm teaching them, if you say a bad word, I would correct you. And I think that's how my current nanny, she learns proper English. She like when she says something, I'm like, it is like this. She will laugh because her highest level was secondary school, but she would correct herself and all. I can't take a nanny that cannot play with children, that cannot carry children. No,
it's not advisable though.
You will just be mean. You just be wicked to my children. I think that's more. Some people don't have that thing. Don't have that patience.
What I like about my nanny is she's very, she understands the children. She pays attention to them. That's alone. I just go to them.
I used to joke with my nanny. I said, now you're picking her, because sometimes she'll be like, mommy, no, that's auntie, no, it's for 10 auntie, you're doing for only 10 minutes. Now you're picking, mama, Nanny, you know that kind of thing. You should love my kids like they are yours, and that's, like you said, that's what will make me do the extra for you when you're going.
That's just it.
Familiarize yourself, like not just familiarize yourself, get to know, be my family, treat them like
they are yours.
This video is long, but I guess you guys are going to learn, and I guess you'll find it fun to watch. Any final words?
So if you get a nanny, take your time to be as patient as you can, but if you think you've been so patient and you can't handle, please discard.
Okay, well, be spiritual. Listen to your like all my friends know once to come to church, I don't play music. I can party from now till tomorrow, I get drunk, but church,
she's not a joke. Before you get this is my current nanny. She actually went for prayers like in my home church. I got her from Abuja, like miraculously. They actually lay hand, pray, fast and everything, and then the pastor was like, I will enjoy her, she's good. And even when we go back to Abuja and people say, I'm like, she's still with you. It gladdens my heart because it shows that I'm not even a bad person. So all those ones that
she made me understand that you're not a bad person. Just kidding,
So you see, God is not easy. So patience is important. Prayers are very important. And
I also think that no matter what, try to treat your workers well. No
matters a lot.
And, I mean, what I like about Candy is, thinking about a salon now, she's had the same staff for a long time, and it just makes me feel like I'm home anytime I go there, because there's familiar faces there, and it just depends on how
you treat people.
So no matter how they treat you, just make sure you do your part. That part of you paying the witch 60,000, I'm not going to do that.
Bookie is good. Let's be that way.
Very nice, but I'm not going to do that.
Because one thing why I actually did that was I don't want embarrassment. One of coming out of my estate.
She's a witch.
It's not embarrassing. Not everybody will know.
She's already embarrassed.
You are good. Some people won't do that. Trust me, you are good. That's why you did that. Please. We have a role to play to try individually to be good.
That's what I
do to others what you want them to do to you.
Especially people taking
Some
care
people
of your
do
children.
the worst. Some people do the worst. Like taking care of our children. Some people will say, what I'm eating, they can't eat. Don't eat from the same pot. Have your own dirty pot or no.
I don't
separate if you've taken your own food first and say, okay, she takes her own last. But as long as she has that the same Maggi and curry is what I'm eating.
I don't know if this will go into the video, but I would like it to go, because our society now has to do with a lot of oppression, which is what is leading Nigeria to where it is now. And it starts from how we treat people at home. So I was telling my mom yesterday that if you treat your nanny badly, one day your nanny will steal your money and want to be rich and want to do the same thing that you're doing. So if you want a different country, it starts from you. How you train people around you, how you deal with people around you.
It's very, very important. understand.
So we shouldn't oppress them. Yeah.
Show them
And I
love.
think some of them are coming from worse experience, so they come very defensive.
Yeah,
So they're coming with
mindset.
Should be that's how they should be. Yeah, I'm going to do.
They just give them something different.
Yes.
They're like, okay,
love cures.
Unconditionally, yes.
Love cures a lot.
Oh,
like
yeah.
a very, very broken, damaged person can come to you, and then you show them love differently, and it will actually cure.
Oh yeah.
There's so many stories about Nanny. If you have your own story about Nanny that you would love to share, send us a video, and I'm going to be posting this, and then maybe people can also come and watch
And learn.
Or if you have suggestions, please drop them in the comments section. If you have advice on how to handle nannies better, what we can do,
Please don't forget to subscribe.
yeah, subscribe.
And also, I mean, I'm sure you would like them to. I mean, if they enjoyed this, what other topic would they like?
Yes, yeah, leave us. Yeah, I know you would. I enjoyed watching it. I enjoyed this chatting with this lady. These are things we normally would chat. I'm bringing it on screen. More interesting to share. So if you have other things you would love to learn, topics, we are all married women. This can be like the mommy's club. So let us know. We'll give our experiences, and if you would want to come and join us let us know. We'll arrange that as long as you don't have COVID. I'm just okay, but yeah. Thank you so much for staying tuned, for watching to the end. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your love. There's only love and your patience too.
Patience is very important.
You're very patient for you to watch to this part. So thank you so much. From us to say bye.